Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity. Um, so I finished the project, and I made the PDF, saved it as a JPEG, and you'll be able to get to see that. Now, I wanted to make a video and show you what exactly is going on and what I was thinking. You can read the PDF and see all my details of what I was talking about, and of course, getting a better feeling of it through this video also helps. So I'm going to just start straight from here at this point. So right now, our scale, it's a pretty big tower, and if I go to play it, right, it's a good scale, and I will do a run through kind of like this, and then I can pull back and see. So it's a little laggy, and then it's because I'm recording this, and this is not a small model. So we approach the tower, and I have a door in here, but the door does not open. You just run through it at the moment. Okay, so because that door is not a static object, it's the sun is still casting my shadow in. Um, Let me go upstairs though right away. And there are lights within this room, in this tower. Now, from the top of the tower, you can see a shadow, and it's being cast straight across, and it's being cast on that last tree, or I should say in that middle tree, right? So that middle tree, that middle structure would be 12 o'clock. This is a large sundial that I wanted to make based off of structure and form with multiple concepts that I used, connections, material, um, submerge, pattern, time, um, proximity. Proximity is based off of my calculations that you see, or the following pattern, I should say. So both function of proximity and um, connection. Well, they all work together to form, so we have, if you look straight at where I'm looking, that's 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8, 9, 10, 11, and we're on 12, right? So it's the same thing. If we follow the pattern based off of that, you can see that when the sun moves, it'll be 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it goes from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Right? So that is how I have the world. And like I said, I talk about each one, repeating forms, retaining a material. I talk about how I use the floor, my connections. It's how everything is done. If we take a run down here, now I know this tower or this tube is kind of small, but it actually really isn't. It's just that this character model is kind of large. So let's try to find. So each one has a sun roof. There's 4 of them, and you can see the tree out there, right? And then the tree's roots would come down into this pipe, and this pipe would allow for more of a branching out. There would be multiple, like holes in here that you could grow leaves and trees and have another kind of like tree grow down here. And that's the reason why there is the sun lights to help grow both in and out. And each one is a connection to each other to show how time is connected from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So they go through, and the proximity gets closer and further apart as we get further into the center. 11 to 12 and 12 to 1 is larger. So each one is connected. You can run to each time if you wish, and you could have it so that the time and the connection play together, that if you wanted to come down here at noon or 6, at 6 o'clock we would go over here. It would make sure everything is alright, and then we can go back to doing what we are doing. 7 o'clock comes around in the morning, you come over to the 7 o'clock one via this one. Or if you're running late on 6, you could use the connection that's made from 6 to 7. So you don't always have to come back to the main hub, I should say. So this is what I formed, and I wanted to use a white material that would really show a timeless feeling. I went with a marble flooring because I feel like that is ancient stone, or it has been used in ancient times to really show an ability and time, and it weathers really well. And in fact, it, so if you're taken care of, it lasts forever. So that's what I have on that. Let me see. File project ideas. So I'm gonna snap that over here. Let's see, proximity I talked about. Measure of time. It is a measure between each one, and it's a measure of time, so it's life. Order I have, so that has to go from 6 to 6, and you have to go 6, main points would be 6, 12, 6, and then I calculated the rest from there. Boundary, the boundary is set based off of the form of shadows, time, and sun. The structures are based off of those, so that becomes a boundary within itself. Orientation is one I didn't talk about. In order for a sundial to work properly, you have to have orientation. It has to be fixed on an axial genome, which would be true north and true south. So it would have to have the horizontal angle equal to the geographical latitude. So orientation is a huge one if you wish to have a sundial properly tell you the time. Connections, multiple connections throughout this connection, the upper connection that goes back up to see the time and see where you are. And then let's see, material and retain I talked about. Pattern, I believe that the pattern that each repeats itself from 6 to 6, constantly showing you a pattern. I used a lot of the oval shapes, a lot of circles, and you can see both down here, up top side, up here, circular shapes, circular rod, everything is in a circle form. And then submerge, of course, you saw down here, you can see each one is a connection and is underground along with the capsules here. So that is my project. I hope you like it. I believe I hit the concept right, and hopefully I can hear some feedback from you, and if I didn't hit a right one, you can explain it to me, and so forth. Thank you very much, and I really enjoyed your class.